Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Violet Ngina. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, like and share. In my previous video, we were talking about girl-child education and our subtopic was adolescence. And many parents called and said that we should talk about the challenges that these adolescents girls go through. I know when you are at home with your girl and you want to talk about how they are growing and the challenges they are facing, many parents find it difficult because some of them do not have the bond that is required for them to connect and talk about these things openly. And that is why we are here, so that you as a parent who cannot talk to their kids can get some information and how to deal with these problems. So I want to talk about the challenges or the problems girl child goes through during the adolescence stage. Number one list on every girl child is appearance. You know, this is a time that every girl child is worried about their image because they have physical body changes. You know, they have breast enlargement, they've got hips, they've got pimples on their faces, and due to the friends around them, you know, they keep on telling them how they look, how they change every day. And sometimes the media, you know, they look at models and they want to be like the figure eight they see. And they wonder, how can I make it? You know, if you have a girl child who is big or tiny and they want to be the figure eight with a pot figure and they want to look good, and that's not who they are. So they become stressed up and they don't know how to handle how their appearance is. Number one, you as a parent, you need to let these kids know that they are beautifully and wonderfully made. They cannot change how they look, but they can take the way they are, understand themselves, and be proud of it, regardless of what their friends will tell them. As long as you as the parent has talked to them and you've made them understand that their body is beautifully made. Keep on talking to them, giving them positive information to help them understand who they are and how they need to live, even with their friends. And I also want you to know that sometimes it is because of the surrounding family environment, sometimes the ability. Some of them are even in a state of friends who keep on giving them pressure, and culture background also can be causes that affect how they look at their body image, which is really one of the things that is stressing the girl child. In my list, I have number two, which is education. You know, we all have the advantage of going to school. Some did not get the privilege of going to school. But education for every girl child is also on the list of the problems that affect the adolescents, because they want to know, how will I perform better than any other? How am I going to act in a way likely to please my friends, my colleagues, or the students around, or the parents? They want to know, will I get an A? Or what exactly will I get during my exam? So you find that the education is giving them a lot of pressure. So you as a parent need to help them know that they can also put weight on extra curriculum activities. Whatever it is that they are good at doing, let them do it, because talent also matters. It's not all about education, such that if this kid cannot get a C and you want them to go past that C and you want them to get an A, that is part of being a problem to that child. And some parents are the people who push these kids to the extreme. So you need to help your child to understand that they can go step by step. From that D minus, at least they go to the next level, but not from D to an A. As they continue pursuing, become better. Don't give them pressure that they have to be a grade A material. So parents, we need to help our girl child to understand that, yes, they need to work hard, do their best, but not giving them pressure to the extreme. On my list, we have number three. That is dating. Yes, you heard me right. Dating. During adolescence, you know, there is a sudden increase in the flow of sex hormones to our kids. So this is a period where if in the wrong company, you find our girls having early or they get into sexual activities and end up having early pregnancies. Why? No one educated them. They want to date. They feel like they need to have the other sex company, a boyfriend. You as a parent did not talk to them, because you need to be open here. You need to talk to your child and tell them the do's and the don'ts. Now, an adolescent child has got things that occur to her, like having menstrual. If she indulges into dating game, there is pregnancy. There is transmitted diseases that are transmitted sexually. Whose work is it to educate this child? It's you as a parent. You need to tell them that if you get into dating right now, you will end up becoming pregnant, have STIs. So they have to have a safe ground. They have to have the information and know this is what, or precautions that need to be done. During our days, we were not allowed to date. In fact, it was not even at the back of our heads, because we knew that it was bad manners. But nowadays, you as a parent, you tell your child it is bad manners, they go and try the dating and end up having sex. And I'm telling you, it is not bad manners anymore, and you'll not get them out of it. So you will have to explain to this child that having sex before time has got its own advantages and disadvantages. In fact, there is no advantage, because now they're not mature enough to have sex. So they'll end up having diseases, pregnancies, dropouts from school. The disadvantages, in fact, outweigh anything else you can talk about dating. It's not time. There is a time and a season for every activity under heaven. There is also bullying that affects adolescents. You go to school and you find kids from different societies, and some of them do not even understand that you have your child, a girl who's coming from a family that has got people who are calm, and they bully these kids. You find students they don't want to go to school because there is a bully at school. Somebody will force them to do their homework for them. Somebody will force them to give them their packed lunch or breakfast. Somebody who will just mistreat them in one way or another. And you did not talk to your child. You did not explain to them that when they go to school, they'll find bullies. They are there. We've heard of these stories. So you need to teach your child to know how to stand alone and defend themselves. Not to allow people to bully them and they are keeping to themselves. They are not talking. They are not telling you. They will end up having problems that you'll not be able to tackle. So talk to your child. Make them understand. When they find bullies at school, let them find someone to talk to. Let them explain and open up, even to you as a parent, and tell you what they are going through. Number 5 on my list is friendship. Who doesn't want to have friends? We all want to have friends. But when you have these friends, you must choose the right friends, because we have friends who will lead you to do good things and others won't. There are friends who will even tell your kids not, for example, to do their homework. And they give no excuse. I just didn't feel like doing it. So you have to help your child to understand what kind of friends need to be around them. They have to choose their friends wisely. And they should not be under any pressure to please their friends and do things that they do not want to do. They have to make a decision by themselves. This can only happen if you tell them that they are friends who will guide them in the wrong direction. So they need to know when something is wrong, to have the discernment of choosing from what is correct and what is wrong. Number 6 on my list is self-esteem. Everyone loves comparing themselves, because this is one of the reasons that you find the adolescents, they have pressure from comparing themselves to the rest of the environment. They look at a model on the media and then they want to look like that model. Talk to these people, because it can be diminishing. You just find yourself not loving who you are, because you are looking at your friends. Some of them come from very rich families. What they wear or what they eat, how they talk, and how they live is different from you. So when you try to compare yourself to them, it will not work. It is upon you as a parent to tell your child that this is who you are, and this is how you can work hard to become what you want to be. But not looking at your friends, and then this one will affect your self-esteem. So when you walk you're having negative thoughts that I don't look like so and so, I want to look like this, it will give you pressure. Even in education, you'll not do well. And that brings me to my next point, number 7. Peer pressure. Peer pressure, of course, leads to many people taking habits that they do not want to or are not even interested in, because you want to do what your friends are doing. So it is upon you as a parent to talk to your child and know that sometimes when they are acting, it is not out of who they are, but because of who is among them. Their friends, they give them pressure. You must date. You must dress like this. You must talk like this. Talk to your child. Make them understand that they must be who they are, not what people want them to be. So they have to make a decision and stand firm. Then number 8, many parents don't like listening to this, but it is the truth. Substance use. We find our adolescent kids nowadays using a lot of substance. There is marijuana, there is bang, name it, even smoking. Things that, of course, they are taught in school, but they want to try. It is not because maybe at home you've not told them, but the pressure around them, their friends, they've introduced them to things that, in fact, they give them excuses and say, when you use them, it relieves stress, it helps you to calm down, and eventually they end up having a lot of stress. So it is you as a parent who's supposed to talk to them and tell them that substance use will not ease their stress. They will not feel secure because of using substance, and it is not an assurance for them to be safe. Rather, there are negative things that will happen. Repercussions are very severe, and even the health will be affected. So it's upon you as a parent to make sure that your child understands and deals with this problem with your help. Number 9 problem that many adolescent girls go through is menstruation. Menstruation. It is natural, and every parent must educate their kids and make them know that menstruation is a natural thing. Let them be prepared. In fact, it is up to you as a parent to teach your child to know how to prepare. Even during that menstruation, pre-menstruation, they will have headaches. There are others who have severe cramps. Make them have some medicine to ease the pain. Make them prepared. Show them even how to use the pads. Some kids just find themselves having menstrual. No one taught them. In fact, there is a time during my tenure as a teacher, I remember a girl who came to me running. She was in class 4 because some of them start menstruation period early. And she came and told me right on my ears, "Teacher, do you know I'm bleeding down there?" I couldn't even laugh. But inside I was laughing because now I knew that this is menstrual, but the girl was not aware. The girl was not prepared. Nothing had she been given by the parents. So it's up to you to teach your kids. I taught my kids right from 5 years. And I told them these stages are going to happen. And when they did, like my girl, when she started her menstrual, she just came and told me, "Mom, it started." And she was smiling because she knew it is a natural occurrence. So parents, if we take the step of talking to these kids, they will take it as natural as it is. Pack for them some pads, make them prepared to avoid the negativities that are attached to that, and people even shaming them because maybe they made their dresses dirty. Make them understand that it's natural and nothing to hide. Number 10, we have depression, because at adolescent, we have mood disorders. This is nothing to do with you as a parent or what you've done, but it is the body system that makes them think that when things don't go their way, it is their right to make those things go their way, or when they don't meet the standards of even their friends or even parents. When you want a kid to be a grade A and this kid is a grade C, this leads to depression. Without you knowing, you find yourself having the problems that you did not want to. So it is upon us to have our problems solved at home. Let them understand that even if they have low grades at school or there is a breakup, because parents will not want to know that their kids are indulging into dating. These things happen. or even weight gain. During adolescence, there are major issues that affect them, and you don't want to discuss it with your kid. It is going to lead to depression. It is up to us parents to be alert. Hold hands, make these kids understand that all these things happen normally, advise them, help them to climb the ladder and cross the bridge to the other side without having stress. So thank you so much for listening to me. In our next video, we will talk about sex. Yes. So until then, see you and have a nice time. Bye-bye.